Hey guys, the holidays are coming up and I have already started to see some fear bubbling up in a lot of the fitness forums that I'm in on Facebook. The holiday season is notorious for derailing a lot of people's fitness journeys and people are already starting to worry about it. So I thought now would be a good time to share my top tips for how to stay on track this holiday season. And before I get started, give this video a little thumbs up if you plan on getting even more fit or more buff or more lean this holiday season, and leave a little comment if you have any tips as well. My first tip is kind of stupid, but I also think it's kind of important, and that's to not just give up and give in. Don't just surrender yourself to the holiday slump the first time Jennifer brings her famous pumpkin spice cookies to work or to school or whatever. Don't let yourself get derailed just because you feel like you're gonna get derailed anyway. Just because the average person gains like 1 to 5 pounds during the holidays doesn't mean you're going to as well. My second tip is to focus on what the holidays are actually about, which is family, spending time with loved ones, showing appreciation and gratitude for people that you care about. Don't make food the center of your focus. Continue to live your healthy life as you normally would. If you wouldn't usually eat a half of a pie in one sitting during the summer, don't do it during the holiday season just because 'tis the season. Don't let the holidays be an excuse to let yourself get off track. There will always be next year to have your sister's pumpkin pie. My third tip is to not restrict yourself during the actual holiday days themselves. So on Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and any other holidays that fall between there that you might celebrate, just don't worry about what you're eating. Just stay on track on the days in between the holiday days. People don't gain weight and get off track during the holiday season because of the actual holiday days themselves. Eating a couple extra 100 calories like 3 days out of a month and a half is not going to do much damage. But what people tend to do is they eat an extra 100 to 300 calories on average every day of December. You know, a cookie here, a Starbucks Frappuccino there, etc. That adds up. So this is what the average person's December might look like, where green is maintenance calories and red is like 30+% over maintenance and the orange is between that. You know, you might start off okay, but then Susie brings her pecan cookies to work and you have a few, and then the next day a friend's like, hey, let's go to Starbucks, and you get the like giant holiday drink that's like 1,000 calories. And then there's starting to be holiday parties on the weekends and it kind of just gets out of control. But ideally what you want to do is eat normally, eat healthfully, the right number of calories on all of the days that aren't actually holidays. And then on the actual holidays themselves, let yourself enjoy the day. And if you're worried about eating too much on those days, just throw in a day of intermittent fasting and skip breakfast. So my next tip number 4, is to plan in advance. Decide how many days over the next month and a half that you're gonna let yourself just kind of go with the flow and eat what you feel like. We have 7 weeks until New Year's, so maybe pick like 3 to 5 days, and some of these will of course be the holidays. You know, if you're American, Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Christmas, it'll be Christmas, maybe Christmas Eve, maybe New Year's. If that tends to be a time that you overindulge, I usually just spend New Year's sitting on my couch watching the ball drop on the East Coast, and I'm on the West Coast, so that's at 9 p.m. and then I kind of just chill, and that's my New Year's. So I'm probably not gonna have to worry about overindulging on New Year's. And then if you have like a few Christmas parties on the calendar, maybe pick 1 or 2 of those to add to your days where you don't care about your food. So have those days predetermined so that if you do end up eating so much that you just feel absolutely disgusting, you won't feel the need to punish yourself and you won't feel sorry for yourself and end up compensating by eating even more the next following days. You can enjoy yourself eating all the yummy food and spending time with family knowing that you will be back on track the next day. You won't go, oh, I already messed everything up, like why bother trying, I can just start over on New Year's. And I think this is kind of where people get tripped up, is we have this idea that like New Year's, like the start of a new year is a reset, but like your body doesn't reset on New Year's. You're stuck with your last like 2 months of damage that you just did to your body, and so like you have to just stay on track. That's how fitness works, is it's a lifestyle. It's not a thing you can switch on and off. Quick disclaimer, I don't really recommend this tip for people who struggle with binge eating, as this could clearly trigger some unhealthy binging behaviors. I want to clarify that the difference between like allowing yourself specific days to overindulge and binging is that you're predetermining a time to do it. You have a set number of days. There shouldn't be any guilt involved because it is pre-planned. And the goal of these days should be to allow yourself to enjoy your time with family and not worry about food, as opposed to the goal being to stuff your face with as much food as possible. Last few quick tips. Tip number 5 is BYOD. Bring your own dish to parties. That way, if everything there is just absurdly unhealthy and will definitely give you heart disease in like 0.2 seconds, you'll have something that you can eat without feeling bad. It's also super helpful to have a healthy meal before you go out to a party. Even if there's gonna be food there, just have your protein, have your healthy fat, and then when you get there, you won't be like super hungry and just wanting to eat everything and have to eat all the bad stuff because that's the only stuff that's there, etc. So yeah, just eat healthy beforehand. Number 6 is to try to prioritize healthy food even on the days that you have set aside to indulge. So don't like tell yourself you're not gonna have any pie or you're only gonna have a tiny sliver of pie, because as soon as your aunt starts cutting the pie and she's like, how much do you want, Marissa? You're gonna be like, oh, I just want a sliver. And she's gonna be like, okay. She's gonna be like, chop, chop. And then you get a quarter of the pie and you're gonna be like, okay, I guess that's my sliver, and then you're gonna eat the whole thing. Anyway, don't tell yourself you're not gonna have dessert or you're gonna limit your dessert. Just tell yourself that you're going to eat your veggies and eat your protein and eat your healthy fat and have a nice healthy meal before you dive into dessert. And as an added help, you can drink a glass of water between dinner and dessert just to like fill yourself up a little bit to make sure you're hydrated, etc. And my last tip is for all of you people with super pushy relatives who are just constantly trying to cram food down your throat. This is how to shut down your grandma who keeps trying to hand you another serving of her green bean casserole. Just tell her that you're there to spend time with family and not try to eat as much food as possible. Who can argue with that? Your family can't argue with that. That would be ridiculous. So those are all the tips that I have for you today, and I do just want to clarify really quick that with tips number 3 and 4, I'm not advocating for like cheat days where you predetermine that you want to eat a pie and a stack of cookies because it's your cheat day and it's your day to just shove your face with a bunch of junk. I personally really don't like the idea of cheat days because I feel like it encourages a bad relationship with food. So what I am advocating for are days off, essentially, where you just don't really pay as much attention to the food that you're eating and don't worry about eating less healthy, but instead are focusing on trying to just spend time with family and enjoy that time with your loved ones. I just think that's a distinction that really needs to be made clear, because a lot of health and fitness is really about mindset, and for so many people it's really easy to get into behaviors that cause a negative mindset about health and fitness and food, etc., that end up making it much harder to get healthy in the long run. Anyway, I hope you guys have a happy, healthy holiday season. Please let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Give this video a little thumbs up because it really supports my channel and I really appreciate it and it helps me out a lot. Share this video with your friends and your family and your neighbors and subscribe for more foods. I'm picking up a southern accent while I'm in Alabama. That's not good. Okay, anyway, I will see you soon. Bye.